Alright, everybody. Well, welcome back to the show. And guys, I was having a really good day yesterday. And you know what? I got harassed by some person that follows me on social media. This girl, she confronts me, she corners me in a car park, questioning my every move, trying to control me. Guys, I'll tell you the whole story now in about 2 seconds. I mean, I want you guys to listen because a lot of you know, if you follow me on social media, I'm trying to help people. And the reason why I'm trying to help is because I see this a lot in the dating worlds, or even just friends, or hey, even business relationships. If people are nicer to each other, if you don't play games with each other, if you're upfront, honest, you don't sit back and play cool and play a game. You just tell them what you want. Don't play this ridiculous game of backing off and shying away. And I do believe, guys, at the end of the day, is that, look, if I can help anyone out there. Now, I've helped people on the dating apps, as you know already, and it's great. But if I can help you just, so to speak, get out of our own way here. I get in my way sometimes. Of course I do. Like everybody else in the world. And it's important that if we get out of each other's way, or get out of our own way, that we can actually have good relationships with people. And guess what? You'll be a happier person. And guess what? You'll be happier around other people, and therefore people will just get along better. But I know some people don't want this. Some people just want to destroy other people. They want to harass them. They want to bully them. Anyway, guys, so look, as you know, oh, Jesus. Where do I go with this? Okay, here's the story. Here's the problem as well. You see, what we need to be doing, guys, just take a deep breath. I know things at the moment are horrendous. Now, we're in June in 2023. And the thing is that there's a lot of people that are struggling to get dating right now. In fact, it's like even being back in fucking coronavirus the way things are going at the moment. And you know, it's funny, I had a friend of mine, he was talking to me the other day, and he said, we were talking about this, that the dating scene is horrendous right now. I'm having problems with the dating scene. It's awful, guys. It's a lot of ghosting. People are going on 1 or 2 dates and then they're gone, even though they're promising people they want relationships with them or this or that. And then they fucking disappear into the sunset. This is a problem. Don't we see this as a problem? Like, I understand that there's a lot of social anxiety, or as my friend says, people are socially unfit right now. I like that word, or that terminology. It's really good, I think. It explains it perfectly. Everybody's socially unfit. And people are taking things the wrong way. People are on edge. People are assuming the worst. And this is what ties into my story here. Is that yesterday I was having a great day, and I I'm going through the city centre of Cork. So I walk on the way back to my studio here, I walk through a car park. Now, it's literally just off one of the main streets in Cork here. And it's kind of funny because the main street in the city is quite noisy, but then it's almost like it's like a noise-proof car park. The moment you go through, and it's only like 30 yards away, right? It's dead silent in there. So it's kind of weird, but hey, whatever, who cares? And so it's really quiet, and I'm walking through the car park, and then all of a sudden this lady comes over to me. Now, when I say this lady comes over to me, she's marching like the fucking Gestapo, finding a Jew hidden behind a fucking table and coming over and picking them up and taking them out. Like, I was like, whoa. And for a split second, I'm seeing her come to me, and I'm in the corner of my eye, I can see her, she's getting closer. And I'm thinking, no, she's just maybe pissed off at something, or she's not coming over to me. And then I start to question it. And then she goes, hey, Peter Walsh, right? I went, oh, Jesus. And I even just knew, guys, honestly, if you saw the walk on her. So I went, yeah, that's right. So she goes, oh, yeah. Now, guys, when I say, we all know that when somebody's really fake with you, and they've got the biggest biggest smile on their face. Like, it's so big that it doesn't even look like a smile at this stage. It's almost like they've got fucking cable ties yanking their skin back to their ears, right? And she's got this beautiful big quote smile on her face. She goes, so, I was checking out your social media last week. I went, oh, here we go. And she says, yeah, I have a bit of an issue with one of your videos. I went, do you know? Now I'm kind of looking at my watch like, get me the fuck out of here, please. So she goes, yeah, you're on about duckface and twerking, and what's that about? So I'll tell you what it is, guys. So a guy emailed into me last week, and he asked me to ask my followers, which I do on a daily basis, because, guys, if you don't know what I do, right, I'm trying to give a man's opinion on dating on social media and the podcast to try and help, as I said, to try and help everybody be a little bit happier and get out of our own ways, right? And sometimes then, with the followers, they'll actually engage. And by the way, guys, if you're anybody that's listening to this who are my followers, I do love you guys, honestly, and I appreciate every single comment that you give. It's great because it does help some people. Now, anyway, back to the point. So, people email in, hey, Peter, could you ask your followers what they think of this situation? I was dating a girl or a guy and they just decided to leave, and they said this to me. What do your followers think? I'd like to hear their opinion. So I'm like, okay, cool. So this is what I do, guys, like I said, on a daily basis. So I'm calling this one out from this guy last week, and he's on about duckface and twerking, right? Now, don't quote me exactly, all right? But he basically says, hey, Peter, look, can you ask the ladies what their opinion is, and more importantly, can you ask them why they do the duck face in photos and when they twerk in videos? Now, of course, we're not on about all women here, obviously, right? But those who do. And he said that he can't understand why they do it. It's not attractive. It's not something that I want to be a woman pursuing. And he's saying all this to me, and he says, I just can't understand it. I've even asked some of my friends. They're the exact same. They can't understand it either. They don't understand what the goal here is. Now, at the end of my little video here on social media, I said to them, I said, well, guys, I have to admit, I agree with this guy. But look, what do people think? Well, did I open my mouth too soon? In fact, why did I even say it? One sentence and I have this girl. So, there was a lot of comments, bad comments, slating me. Like, you cannot be controlling women. How dare you say that about women? I'm like, Jesus, easy, guys, easy. We're not saying that you cannot do it. We're not trying to stop and pressurize women into stop twerking and duckface. We just don't see the fascination. So back to the main point here, guys. So the ladies, anyway. Well, look, I saw the video on duckface and twerking, and, I do have an issue, Peter. And, like, why are you saying, and you can see now, guys, she's really trying to keep it calm, right? You can see in her fucking body, she's almost shaking with anger. You can see it in her eyes, and her eyes are going, and I mean like a mile a minute, going up, down, left, right, everywhere, fucking everywhere. And she's trying to hold back, keep it all together. And, Peter, what is the thing? Why is there such control from men here when it comes to duckface and twerking? So I said, now guys, I'm trying to remember exactly what she said, alright? But believe me, anything that I say, she might have said it in different words, but it's the fucking truth. So I said, look, you're on about the duckface and twerking video, right? Okay, so what exact part of the video that upset you? Can you please tell me? She goes, what do you mean? I said, well, as in, was it me saying something, or was it the guy saying something that emailed in, or, can you just give me one point from the fucking video that really set you off, let's say. She goes, I didn't get set off. I went, okay, sorry. And I'm kind of trying to hold back my laughter here, and I knew that if I laughed out loud or showed a snigger, she'd go fucking mental, so I'm really trying to hold it back. I said, no, look, sorry, you know what I mean, right? As in, you're obviously upset about it. I'm not that upset. So why are you coming over to me then? Sorry, I don't get this. She goes, well, I think you should be told. I'm like, okay, so I need to be told. Told what? Please give me an exact description. She said, well, okay, well, firstly, I didn't like the way you were basically saying you don't like it yourself. Like, why are you saying that? I went, well, the guy emails in, he's a guy, I do agree with him, and I just said it at the end. I said, well, actually, I do agree with the guy. So I said, okay, so let's get closer to the problem here, right? And she goes, yeah, well, and I interrupted. I went, look, okay, so you're basically thinking we're trying to stop you and control women to never do it again. Is that what you're thinking? And she goes, well, I wouldn't put it like that now, Peter. I said, well, how else would you put it? How else would you put this? I said, like, okay, let's try and simplify this. And I mean, I'm feeling like I'm talking to a fucking 4-year-old yesterday. Honest to God, guys, I had to spell it out for her. So, I said, look, all right, do you think this is where this guy is trying to control you, the guy who emailed in? She goes, well, it does sound it. I went, where are you getting this, where it sounds that he's trying to control you? I don't understand. It would be like a woman not liking her boyfriend watching American football at the weekend or a game of football, right? But you put up with it because he does it, right? And I think, you know what? I've even had videos, women asking, what's the fascination with football for men? Why don't men pay more attention to us? Jesus Christ, firstly, the guy likes football. Can he not watch his fucking favorite team or some other team, whatever, right? Maybe it's a crucial, important game. And so, like, this woman, I'm spelling all this out for her. And then she turns and says, no, Peter, I just don't agree. This is about control. I went, no, it's not about control. We just don't like it. And I said, can I go back to the point of the football, right? I said, did you ever have a boyfriend who liked football? And she said, yeah. I went, okay, so do you like it yourself? She goes, no, I don't. Can't stand it. I went, okay, actually, I can't even believe she's giving me this, right? This is brilliant. So I said, look, okay, do you try and control him and stop him watching football? Of course not. All right, fair enough, and I appreciate and respect that about you. Do you voice your opinion that you don't like the game? She goes, well, I have, yeah. And I said, okay, well, what's the problem? Like, it depends on how bad you do it, right? I mean, if you're nagging him every fucking day of the week about watching football, well, then that's too much. But if you've said it once or twice to him, like, you know, I don't like that game, well, then that sounds cool, right? So what? You know, you're fully entitled to go off and do what you want, right? And I said, wouldn't you agree? Yeah, I do. So where's the control here? It's the same type of issue, same scenario. You don't like it, but you're not trying to control him. And just like the way us men don't like duckface and twerking, we're just saying it. That's it. That's it. There's no control here. And I said, look. I said, can I ask you a question? And I should have left it. I should have left it at this stage. Because she was actually kind of calming down a bit now at this stage. She got the point. You know? And like, I said, look, can I ask you, like, do you do duckface and twerking? Or she goes, what do you mean? I would never do that. I'm like, what? Fucking hell. Are you kidding me? Really? So like, you don't even do it yourself. Like, I'd understand a little bit more if you came over to me and said, hey, well, Peter, I do this on my videos, and how dare you fucking say it, because you're actually doing it, but yet you're just bitching to bitch. Like, I'm not going to get into an argument with a woman about a woman not liking football, and she says it to her man. I might get involved if she's going on and on and on, and she's like pushing and bullying him and trying to control him, and he's actually sucking up like a sucker and taking the shit on the chin. Then I'd fucking say something. Like, there's a difference between not liking something and controlling something. So like, you can just see she just got into a fucking huff. And she went, oh, Peter, you just don't get it, do you? I went, yeah, you're right, I don't get it. You're goddamn right, I don't get it. I said, I live on this planet. And she went, excuse me? I went, listen, I've said it already. I'm not explaining myself again. Okay? Thanks very much. And you should have seen her fucking face, guys. It was like I invented fire, or I stole her national treasure from her house. I mean, it was insane. And the point is this, guys. Two things. One, we should be taking a bit of a deep breath. Let's not assume things that people mean the worst. Like, here's the worst thing about this. This is what really fucking annoys me and pisses me off about last week. This video was up, right? Now, I shouldn't have said anything. And I shouldn't have said anything because, for the simple fact, people take things the wrong way. And I made a mistake. Now, I didn't actually say anything wrong either. Like, my actual words weren't wrong. Because I'm not trying to control people. And if somebody actually listened to the video, they'd know 100% if they took a fucking breath that we're not trying to say, stop what you're doing, stop doing this, we're ordering you, we're demanding you. Final notice now, ladies. Final answer. That's it. Cut this shit off. Guys, like, I understand people are like this around the world anyway, but you're looking for things to be upset about. You're looking for drama. You're looking to take your anger out on someone else. It's as clear as that. And this is a classic case of taking your anger out on someone else, me. And you know why? Because 1, she didn't listen to the video properly. 2, she didn't think it through. And 3, which is probably the most important part, she doesn't do duck face in photos or twerking herself. So, I mean, guys, honestly, you know, we've got to look at ourselves more. I think TikTok is fucking up a lot of stuff for people. It's going berserk. I mean, I think, you know, even the other day, I was talking to one of my friends, and sorry guys, I'm just taking some tea here. And my friend was telling me that he goes to the gym at like 6 o'clock to 6:30 every weekday, Monday to Fridays. So he wants to get in there, you know, the early bird gets the worm sort of thing, right? Which is cool. And he wants to get in there before work starts, off he goes. And he's telling me that there's school kids in the gym at that time. They'll do their workout, they'll shower there, they'll change into their school uniform and head off to school. And not only that, they'll come back in the afternoon to do the same thing. Repeat the process. Wow, Jesus, guys. Like, these are 16, 17, 18, 19-year-olds going to the gym twice a day, Monday to Friday. And, like, it made me think, you know, is this all tied in? Are we all just too wound up from social media, watching too many YouTube clips or TikTok clips, whatever the fuck, and we're assuming the worst, and we're buying into this crap? And then, on the other hand, with these people going to the gym every day, are we buying into too much of our looks on TikTok? I mean, guys, if you're watching me on YouTube here today, I've got a fucking shitty scraggedy fucking t-shirt on. Couldn't give a bollocks. You know? And I'm glad. Maybe I wasn't born in this generation that's going to the gym. Thank God I wasn't. Thank God. Because, I mean, it's insane. And just to tell you guys, you know, if you think this is a lie, this story, my buddy told me that he spoke to someone in the gym about this, and they were telling him, yeah, they come back during the week or the afternoon as well, so they're in twice a day. You know, and I have a funny feeling it's all about TikTok and looking good on social media. Like, have you seen the people on social media? What they're doing? They look like they're walking down a fucking runway here. America's Next Top Model stuff. Oh, lads. So, guys, look, the point of this rant here I've got going on here today is that, although hopefully you're laughing at it, at least I hope I'm not depressing any of you out of this. At least, hopefully, this is mildly entertaining, this story I gave you today. Like, two good things that are coming out of this. One, maybe we should all just not assume the worst of people like this woman is assuming the worst of me and most men, right? And she's probably had some issues with men who were trying to control her anyway, and it's just still in there. Like, guys, be self-aware. And I know I always repeat this. It's very important to be self-aware these days. If she was more self-aware, maybe she wouldn't be jumping to conclusions and getting so worked up. I mean, guys, if you saw the way she came at me in the car park, I mean, I'm going to give her this. I don't think she was sitting there waiting for me, right? I'm not going to go that far. I just think she saw me. She was parking her car and she went, that motherfucker, Peter Walsh, come here, you stupid bastard, you prick, I'm gonna fucking have a piece of you now. And guys, it was the way she just walked over to me. It was like she was sitting there waiting for me. Like I said, I don't think she was sitting there waiting for me, but the anger was so fresh. It was almost like she just had the biggest argument of her life 5 seconds before she came over to see me, and then just fucking went for me. You know what I mean? It's getting scary, guys. It is getting very, very fucking concerning and scary. Now, number 2. This is the lighter note. If any of you guys are having problems out there with dating or just social life in general, look at it this way. If you're not as bad as this woman that was the other day, maybe things aren't as bad as they are for you. There's people out there that are suffering. And I'm not saying, hey, you know, fuck you, lady, you're suffering. I hate to see anybody suffering. I hate it. And that's what bothered me too, guys. You know, I'm really honest here. I'm looking fucking dead. If you're watching me on YouTube, you're seeing me looking straight in the camera. I don't want to see people suffer. I hate that. I'd like for everybody to just be normal and happy. I know, and you might think I'm sounding, cringe, corny. Well, so be it. If it is, fucking grand, I don't care. But I don't want to have these confrontations with some lady or man or wherever in a car park or a fucking nightclub or something. I don't want to have these problems. You know? And I know there's a lot of people out there that do. So maybe, just maybe, this lady has had some serious problems with her father or her husband, her boyfriend, her ex, God knows. But Jesus, guys. Like, I think a lot of people, they want to see other people suffer, but deep down they don't want people to suffer. Do you know what I mean? Like, is this where we're getting to? You see something on social media and you fucking lose your shit? Do we really want to be losing our minds? I don't think we do. You know, as we're babies, we're born into this world. We don't come out the mother fucking all hot and heavy and ready to fucking kill somebody, right? Anyway, guys, just spread the love. Don't think that somebody's out to fucking get you all the time. And I get it. I actually was a bit paranoid for years, thinking everybody's out to get me and all that, right? But I got more self-aware. I had to work on myself. And I did. You know? And I was starting to say, I asked myself questions. Well, hang on. Maybe, just maybe, they're not trying to get me. Or maybe if they are trying to get me, maybe they're trying to get everybody else that they meet as well out there. You know, so it's not just about me. And here was the biggest one that got me and really started to heal me for this paranoia and everybody's out to get me. Where the fuck did I get that selfishness and the ego thinking that it all revolves around me? You know, who the fuck do you think you are, Peter? Think about that, guys. Maybe that's enough to get you thinking and think things through. You know what I mean? So guys, Godspeed to you all. I will be back, of course, with my next episode. And I love you all as normal, guys. And just remember, I'm not out to get anybody out there. I'm trying to help. Genuinely. Thanks for listening, guys. Talk to you later.